shopping for things, and you're flirting with me while I'm shopping for things, but not offering to pay for the things. To flirt with you at the grocery store, but not offer to pay for your groceries? Get the out of my face! I beg your fucking pardon! What the you think this is? I'm over here shopping for things, and you're flirting with me while I'm shopping for things, but not offering to pay for the things that I'm shopping for while you're trying to flirt with me. Are you stupid?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right? Like, seriously, why would I subject myself to pay for your groceries because you took a bath and you have a pulse, right? The entitlement is completely ridiculous, right? Like, I'm just trying to envision somebody waking up and saying to themselves, man, somebody needs to pay for my groceries. Imagine waking up in the morning and thinking that you are entitled to somebody actually putting food in your mouth. Crazy.
I have girlfriends in marriages right now who have settled with the nice, safe, secure guy we weren't all that attracted to. We didn't really want that much. We didn't have any chemistry with. We had meh sex with because we had to. Because the guy we actually felt passion and chemistry for doesn't want us. Or makes us so emotionally unhinged and erratic that we can't look ourselves in the mirror anymore. Normally, those guys that we settle for don't make it happen. To us, it's like, well, damn, if you're putting up with it, well, okay, cool. If you're still here, cool. When you want to go, that's fine. But in the meantime, I got no one else. You're here to give it. Cool. I accept. But my God, I see how pathetic you are, and I will definitely use that to my advantage.
She's been in the game, okay, partying it up, smoking, drinking, smoking hookah, eating crab legs. And now she's at a age where those guys no longer want to deal with her. Okay, any high value guy, competent man, doesn't want to deal with her. And the writing's on the wall in regards to those guys no longer wanting her. This is why it doesn't pay to be the simp, to be the nice guy, because no matter what you do, no matter what you sacrifice, it's never going to be good enough.
Ask the girls to rate themselves 1 to 10 and why. We got to do it. They want to know. They want to know.
10 out of 10. 10? 10. 9. How you rate yourself is...
Nah. No disrespect to you, but you ain't no 9. Okay? When I think of 9, I'm thinking about Beyonce in her prime, Kelly Rowland in her prime, Lori Harvey, who else? Halle Berry in her prime. Okay, I'm thinking about, one of those chicks. Okay, nah. No.
Is reality the way you see the world, or is reality the way the world operates?
My reality is how I see the world.
That's a very solipsistic view. Women tend to have this ego that you think everything just revolves around you. Who do you think is better at self-improving, men or women?
Women.
So how are y'all all better at self-improving when y'all just rated yourself 9s and 10s? That's just nonsense. If you are 9 and 10, time out, stop. Y'all gonna get this heat now. If you are 10, there's no wiggle room for self-improving. Because if your self-esteem is here, then where is any room for the improvement to come? So that's why men are just better at self-improving, because we don't think the world revolves around us.
And that's a fact. Society's not going to hold their feet to the fire. Society's going to tell them, it's all right, sis, you got this. You 35, living at home. You getting your life together. Right? If a guy's living at home, 35, society considers him a loser. If a woman is overweight, she's considered to be thick, okay? Thick in a good way. She's gaining healthy weight, right? Society is not gonna call women out on their mediocrity.
So I've been single for like a while now, and the reason why is because men will come into my life thinking that they're competing with other men, when really they're competing with my solitude, because me and that bitch are like this. And the idea of a man right now has never been so disinteresting to me in my life. Like, the quality of men that are out there right now, the behavior of men right now, it just makes me appreciate my solitude so much more. Which is why I just think that we should all just have like little crushes, you know, have a work crush, have a grocery store crush, you know, or like have that fictional character in your book, because that's not going to disappoint you. You will only disappoint yourself when you get to know them, okay? The lack of information is what keeps the delusion alive. So the more delusional I am about my crush, the better and happier I will be. When they start talking, let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's just how I feel. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
At least she's honest with her delusion. Okay, there's so much mental gymnastics in that video. Instead of actually doing the work, determining why you're not receiving the outcomes, okay, what you can do, the things that you can control in order to get the outcomes that you want, she rather live in delusion. Okay, can't make this shit up.
Stop calling men insecure for having standards. Stop calling men insecure for having boundaries. It's like y'all use the word insecure as some type of coping mechanism for men who actually care about the type of woman that they pursue a relationship with. Oh, you don't want me wearing this? You're so insecure. Oh, you don't want me going out late with my friends to the club at night? You're so insecure within yourself. Sis, that's not insecurity. That's love and protection. That man knows how visual men are. Why would he want his woman to be a target to other men? Why would he want your private area, something that only his eyes are supposed to see, on display for the whole world to see?
When these modern women go out here and wear little to nothing, they're now putting themselves in a position of harm's way. Okay, you're getting all this attention, right? Let's say a guy was to run up on you, you know, grab you inappropriately. Me being your boyfriend or your husband, you're now putting me in a position where I have to defend you. Now I'm risking my life to put myself in a position where that could have been avoided. Okay, now if I don't defend you, you're probably going to lose attraction for me because you're now going to think that you don't feel safe, when in reality, the root cause of the problem is if you just wore something modest and respectful. Okay, when you dress a certain way, you're going to generate a certain type of attention.
See, the problem is you want the freedom of acting single all while still being in a relationship with someone. You want all the benefits, but expect him to just do everything that you say and just roll with it. You expect him to defend you. You expect him to protect and provide for you. But when he does it in a way that's not how you want, it's a problem. If he didn't love you, he wouldn't set up boundaries for you, sis. If he let you go out and do what you want to do, wear what you want to wear, staying up late all hours of night, he wouldn't give a damn about you, knowing very well the dangers that are out there. The only woman insecure is the woman who can't take direction from her significant other because deep down she knows that she still seeks the world's validation over her own significant other.
How jealous do you want your man to be?
Oh my God. I want him controlling. I want him to tell me not to go out, not to wear this, not to do that, not to do this. But like a healthy amount.
But most women would say a man shouldn't have any say in how I dress. You shouldn't tell me not to go out with my girls. Why do you feel differently?
I just think it's really attractive.
I think it is too. I think it shows that like the man actually like cares about.
Oh my God, this horse coming out into me.
It shows that the man really cares about the way that other people like perceive their woman.
Y'all let me know in the comment section if they're capping or not. Okay, they might be telling the truth. They might not be telling the truth. Okay, you just never know nowadays. But the reality is, you know, if we're gonna protect something as men, give us something to protect. Okay, you can't be out here thotting and bopping, dressing like a 304 and expect us to protect that. Doesn't make any sense.
Do you still want to go out to the club with your girls if you were in a healthy relationship with your man?
No.
I almost broke up with my husband because I thought he was boring. Turns out he was just healthy and sane. You see, when I was dating my husband, I realized how joyful he was, how active he was, how motivated, career, goal-driven, money saver, never wanted any problems. And every time we became misaligned, he would just want to sit down and talk about it calmly, hear each other out, forgive each other if necessary, and just move on and continue growing. And I misinterpreted this as him not fighting for my love. You see, I grew up in a very chaotic type of love, the novela type, where everybody's slamming doors, yelling at each other, you don't talk to each other for days. And so I thought that that was love. I thought that that was passion. And what I want to remind you of is to look back at the type of love that you grew up around and ask yourself if you were just addicted to a chaotic, dramatic type of love, and realize that that's not the type of love that you need now in your relationship, that you need now to grow. God doesn't want that for you. You understand? Look at that for a second and ask yourself, how do you want to love? How do you want to be loved? Because I'll tell you one thing, it's not the novela type of love.
This is how women fumble good men. Okay, oh, he's boring. He doesn't have an edge. Right? You look at what they said about Michael B. Jordan. He doesn't have an edge. He seems like a nice guy. Like, what does that even mean? Because he's functional, he wants to have a relationship, he wants to build with you, he wants to create a legacy, he wants to stay out of trouble, stay out of drama, right? He wants to work and, spend his time with you and build his relationship, right? To modern women, that's considered boring. If you're not shouting and screaming and slamming doors and being chaotic, then you don't love her. In some extreme cases, if you don't put hands and feet on her, you don't love me, right? That is straight chaos, okay? At least she was honest about it. I'll give her that. And she was able to identify that's not real love, to identify that is toxic, okay? Especially if you have children in this world, you start to pass on your toxic behavior to your children. You start to create generations of modern women, okay? Women that don't know how to deal with their emotions. They don't know how to problem solve, how to communicate. And what I see when I'm looking at these videos, a lot of modern women don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to open their mouth and to form a cohesive sentence that can better the relationship, okay? A lot of these modern women want you to read signs. Oh, he's not emotionally intelligent. Did you open your mouth? Right? Did you form a sentence? Did you propose solutions? Or do you just want me to read signs? Oh, he's a Capricorn. Right? He's a Capricorn. Oh, I'm an Aquarius, so we don't, our zodiac signs are off. Right? Dysfunction. What happened to a man and a woman sitting down and having a real conversation? One of the red flags, that's an extreme red flag, is if a woman can't problem solve and rest her head on that pillow at night resolving a problem. Okay? In other words, if she goes to bed upset, she goes to bed angry, she doesn't want to resolve anything. She wants to carry the negativity and unresolved things over to the next day. Because you got to understand, when you have things that are unresolved day after day after day, that starts to pile up. It starts to create a mountain of problems and a perception of what something really isn't. Okay, there's some women out here that will internalize problems, and let it build up in their minds. Y'all have a disagreement, right? The straw that broke the camel's back, and she starts to implode, right? She starts to, think about things that happened 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 12 months ago, right? Things that you deleted from your memory, right? She's bringing that all back because she never dealt with the trauma. She never dealt and resolved things head on. She was running from solutions. She wanted you to read signs. Okay, these are the things that you got to avoid when you guys are out here dating. Okay, communication is so important. You got to understand, countries go to war based on the lack of communication. Sometimes things can be resolved with a conversation, right? With effort, just, seeking first to understanding the other person, the perception. If you're dealing with a woman that's a quarrelsome woman, that's another story, right? Because it don't matter what you say. She's just not gonna agree or even listen to you, right? This is why you got to really vet out women properly, right? You got to really understand who's in front of you. Really find out who they are. How do they handle certain dilemmas? How do they handle certain problems? How are they when they're happy? when they're sad, when they're frustrated, when they're miserable, when they're depressed? How do they handle things? Right? Because we all go through these emotions. We all face these things, right? Every single day, every single week. For us men, we got to put our heads down and get to work. Big bank, take little bank. Eat or be eaten, right? We have to build our value. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Go ahead and give me some feedback. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And until next time.